Shiny like a limousine.
Hello, welcome to High Viz Health. I'm your host, Dustin Udowich. Today, I'm going to try to not say the wrong thing and get punched in the face. I've got two awesome guests here that are in the fight game. We're going to talk about the fight game a little bit and related subjects that are going to help all of you out there. Without further ado, let's let our guests introduce themselves. Eric, would you like to take the stage first?
Hey, I'm Eric Ash, Vintage Boxing Gym, Richmond, Virginia. I'm from Richmond, Virginia.
Give us a little bit about your background.
Fought amateurs, fought college, and got pro license.
Very cool.
Yeah.
My name is Gareth McCluskey. I'm from Ireland. I am the mobility coach down at Vintage Boxing. I've been down at Vintage about 12 months now. I've been working there since January 1st full time. It's been a blast. I'm fully entrenched in the fight culture now. I'm kind of been boxing about a year myself. I'm kind of in a boxing university right now. I'm learning the business side of the game.
That's awesome.
Eric said the condition for working there was you had to fight. So I'm fighting. I'm learning boxing, as I said, from the business right to the ring, and it's been an absolute blast.
Really cool. Well, there's two things I know early on in this podcast. Number one, Eric does not have to worry about long hair, don't care during the pandemic.
No, nada.
Because he went straight up Bruce Willis, Nakatomi Plaza. He's bald, and he does it so well. And two, that's a fake accent. I don't know how long you've been working on that. That's a fake accent. Get that mic straight. All right, gentlemen. We always do some form of get to know you here on the show. So I don't know what fits better than 9 rounds. We're going to go 9 rounds with you guys, 9 questions. You both have to answer in rapid fire fashion. Are we ready?
Yep.
You're not going 9 rounds against each other. I don't need any shit talk or a face off right now. Just
Right.
Okay, here we go. Name 2 of your favorite fighters of all time. Eric will work from left to right.
Thank you. Marvin Hagler. And
Lefty.
And then Sugar Ray Robinson.
Sugar Ray Robinson. Oh, my pop would be in agreement.
Bernard Hopkins, Muhammad Ali, and I've got to say Barry McGuigan as well from Ireland, or I get my ass kicked by my Irish friends.
Bernard Hopkins, that guy is making me believe that this chatter about Tyson coming back.
Yeah.
But now Bernard was what? He's in his early 40s.
Yeah.
Tyson's 53 now.
And I think Bernard's like 52 or 53.
Is he that old?
Yeah.
All right, I ain't fighting
His last
anyone
fight
else.
was in 50. I think he was 51.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well let me throw in. I do love some Pacquiao. I love Manny, man. Manny's and
dude.
Sweet Pea. Love some Sweet Pea from back in the day.
Yeah.
All right, what is a terribly underrated boxing skill?
Footwork.
Footwork.
Yeah. And most people don't even think about the footwork. It's just like a layman. If you're just watching a fight, people aren't even paying attention.
Yeah.
But you can, if you're seasoned and you got experience, you should be able to tell what people are doing just by watching their feet.
Yeah. And maybe this is oversimplifying things, but to me, when I was trying to learn and grab the basics, you need to either be able to punch or run for your life.
Right.
And it's
but
so
it should
easy.
be in between.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get out of position.
Right,
You're
right.
either at the stretch or you overcompensate when you're stepping. Now you're bunched up.
Right.
And you're sitting duck.
Well, me being mobility.
Mobility.
It's always going to be that, but balance and flexibility
Yeah.
are closely linked to footwork. So to support Eric, if you understand your center of gravity and how to move around that, the best fighters that I watch have good footwork.
Yeah.
No,
You know,
absolutely.
and they seem to glide around the ring when they understand where their center of gravity actually is when they move. It's it's hypnotic to watch really good fighters move.
It should be almost effortless
Yeah.
to watch.
Yeah, and hopefully this isn't a reach. So, the primary community that I serve is my family out there, which is construction mitigation.
Yeah.
And it's so important to work within your power zone.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
You don't want to get too far out from the body. You want to count on those legs and back being in neutral position. It translates to sports.
It does.
And vice
Yeah.
versa. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
And dudes are always second in line to weigh the importance of mobility. Guys, we don't want to stretch. We want to pick up a weight that's too heavy for us, and we want to just yank it with whatever muscle groups we can, recruit.
It's a generational thing too, I think, where now kids are growing up understanding, they're getting into sports and people are teaching them mobility. It's important. It's
Understood.
one of the most important things you can do.
Yeah, it's crazy. You look back even 10 years, and strength coaches were not prevalent in high schools, and now it's
Right.
like they're everywhere.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It was earlier this year we kind of played with that idea of different workouts from, like I went to a roofing company. I'm to put a roof on for the day. But like the other guys watching were like, this guy's nuts, but it was a fun workout. Lifting
Right.
pallets all day, climbing a ladder, and then making that into a workout in the gym.
Eric's comfortable fighting in like this distance.
Yeah.
All right. I either want to be a football field from you or glued to you. Right. I don't like that whole like, we can breathe on each other thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if Eric was like, yeah, just let yourself fall off the roof a couple times. Feel that impact. It's not that bad. It's a mental game. Yeah.
Tenderize the liver.
Yeah.
Round 3, boys. Your favorite combination?
Anything that has to do with the body. I like, when we were talking about this yesterday, I was like, if I can finish to the liver or hit him to the head right afterwards, I would love that. That's what I look for.
That liver shot is so weird because if you've got a little bit of competitive nature to you, when you get hit with that shot, your mind says, I'm not taking a knee.
Yeah.
As you're on the way down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Your body literally shuts down.
I just recently had my ribs broken sparring, and I was saying the same thing.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, I got caught pretty good. Liver, but I got my left side, rib side broke. But God, man, I was dishing out just as many body shots as I could, But it definitely was a fun time.
Favorite combination?
Again, we just went with a liver shot yesterday.
Yeah.
Speaking from experience,
Yeah.
every time it gets touched, it's the batteries run dry really, really quick.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool too for somebody who's super amateur like myself, because you get in the pocket and guys get really tight and uncomfortable. So if you're comfortable there, advantage number 1. And number 2 is when they throw, that's when you're most open, right?
Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah, and you can set it up especially if it's if me and you, it's a different situation. You're a southpaw, but if we're two orthodox fighters, you're just setting them up for throw the right hand and baiting them to do it. And as soon as it happens, then you attack.
Understood.
Yeah.
Remember that, boys. All right. What is the single best way to improve punching power? I think I know the answer to this, but it'll be cool to hear on air.
I don't even know if there's like the single best way to get stronger with your punches is to throw proper form in a heavy bag. I mean, really, if you're gonna learn how to punch harder, and you got to focus on technique, 100% technique. If you're just wailing on a heavy bag, you're not gonna get stronger punching. But if technique's involved and you're doing it repetitively, you're gonna get stronger. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the best core exercises you can do.
Oh, unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal. Do a 5-minute shadow box with decent technique.
Yeah.
You would look at that
Yeah.
from afar and be like, that's not a workout.
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And
that's it. And we always talk about, hey man, somebody from the outside has never done this before would think, all right, 5 minutes doing this, nothing. But it all has to do with, as you're doing it, you're thinking the whole time.
Yeah.
It's not, this is what's using all the energy, because you got to make it wired together. Once you become a veteran with it, then of course it's less thinking. That's why you'll see a James Toney that's 250 pounds and 100 pounds overweight.
that boy's hooked.
That, he can go 15 rounds without thinking about stuff. Well, that's just from being a veteran. Being
And
calm.
for any type of workout, when you do something new and your body's learning a new pattern, it's taxing.
No, absolutely.
It's so taxing.
Yep.
But once there's that muscle memory and there's a repetitive nature to what you're doing, it does become much less taxing. And by the way, another dude vice is we want to arm everything. Okay. Right?
Yeah.
We want to, like, it's like when we're picking stuff up.
Yeah, right.
Your legs and your back are so
Yeah.
much more powerful, but we
Yeah.
want to just yank everything. Same thing with punching. There's that tendency to just try to like.
Yeah, and it all comes from the feet.
Yep.
Everything, that's when it comes down to your footwork. And when you're practicing footwork, everything is like a minute position. You're going from 6 inches, maybe possibly to a foot of movement. If you're moving any more than that, it's just wasted energy.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
Well, it was simple for me again, but every problem in my world was back to like proper range of motion,
Sure.
mobility and technique. You combine all three. You know, you watch guys on the heavy bag of the gym hitting it all arms.
Right.
You look down at their feet; they're a mess.
Yeah.
You know,
we got a couple of goofballs that come in there and say, you know, some guys are 250, 260 pounds, and
You don't want to call out anybody's Instagram right now.
I'd be happy to. He knows I'll be fucking with him anyway. But yeah, you see these guys and they, you know, they couldn't break a paper bag. You know, it's like, God, man, if I had that physique, and you know, I would crush it. You know, but they don't.
What do you see? What do you see more than anything else that you perceive as a lack of mobility? What do you see often?
In this game, tight calves is
Calves,
huge.
yeah.
Causing collapsing knee. It's ridiculous the amount of kids that have it. It's just repetitive skipping.
We had DeVar.
Yeah.
DeVar is limited. You know, he would tell you from a heartbeat. Yeah.
Yeah.
From a pro fighter till the average kid now, that they go to do a squat, they fall over.
Yeah. And I had that problem for a long time.
Yeah.
Trying to, and I still have super tight calves, but like trying to learn how to lift weights. You know, learning the technique, because growing up it was always poo-pooed to do any kind of lifting. So I didn't do any lifting weights, all the calisthenics the whole time. Then once you switch to trying to learn how to do a proper squat, you're like front heavy.
Yep.
You know, instead
Absolutely.
of driving from your heels.
Yeah.
You know.
So in that scenario, is it a combination of stretching and strength work for that particular area,
It is,
or the surrounding areas that'll help you balance out?
Just manipulating the calves, squashing with balls, using the distraction with the bands, stretching. You know, this is a culture we're trying to adapt into vintage boxing. So
That's
now,
awesome.
When the kids come in now, and the guys come in, they already know to grab the foam rollers to hit their.
Yeah, they get first thing.
I love the philosophy of vintage. I mean, when you step back and you look at what you guys have built,
Yeah.
you've got your kids program, you got your women's program. You're paying attention to nutrition. You're paying attention to mobility.
Yeah. We try and encompass it all. We're going old school techniques and throwing in new school mobility movements. Trying to get kids, like you said, if they haven't experienced any kind of mobility, they're coming in, they're hanging from the tree, like this.
I shook my head like I know what the hell that meant.
Yeah,
What is hanging from the tree?
Hanging from the meat is basically where
the meat.
The kid's not even.
I mean, extend your lower back to that microphone.
yeah.
Look, he's so tight.
Yeah.
He's so tight. It's pulling him back.
Yeah.
The kids are basically, they're not even engaging their neck muscles when they're using these technology.
Tablets. Yeah.
So the neck. So kids are coming in with a neck that's hanging way forward.
It's protruding forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the philosophy we have in regards to the kids is spine first, straight spine, and then go
Neutrality.
from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know we're big fans of Dr. Kelly Starrett, the Ready State.
I'm familiar. Yep.
We use a supple leopard book like the Bible for it's really to create this for that athlete walks into vintage boxing. They do a quick scan, where am I sore? If they're tight, to go release it. But, we're building this culture. These kids already know it. They're just coming in now. They grab
That's
the
awesome.
ball,
Yeah,
they
they're
grab
getting
a
on it,
roller.
man. And once
awesome.
a week, they're doing a mobility class. Instead of boxing, they're going to be, they got a strength and mobility class instead of getting in there hitting on it.
Yeah. You look at some businesses and you could see they made the mistake of trying to be something to everyone as opposed to everything to somebody, right? And they spread themselves too thin. But I see at Vintage that there is a place where a prospective fighter could land.
Oh,
and
yeah.
start
100%.
and
Yeah,
have
we're
an
ready.
awesome career.
Yeah.
And then I also see where a guy like me can come in because I don't want to go to the gym that day.
Yeah.
Right? And I've got alternative forms of fitness that I want to pursue. And that's really cool.
Yeah.
And by the way, do you have enough pictures of your place online now?
I think we do.
If you have a shortage of a lot of pictures, then you don't have enough.
Right.
That, you know,
We got a ton. I put them on Google every day.
literally,
Every day. Yeah.
one of the most, if not the most badass boxing gyms I've ever seen. It's how I give myself credit in hindsight, right? It's how I would want to set up a gym. It's just, it's
Thanks,
such a
dude.
cool feel, man. I
It
love
feels
it.
good.
You're part of it. You've been in there. You're part of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Well, because I
Sure.
donated a poster?
Yeah. Part of it.
Okay, hey, we made it to round 5. Is it smart to carry anger into the ring?
No, never. I think you got to be mean. You know, you got if even sparring, if you know that you're going somebody that's not going to be easy on you.
So there's
It
a
steps
legit
up the
separate
it steps
between
it up.
anger and aggression.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, or being extremely competitive.
Understood.
You know, like
Yeah.
you don't go in a one-on-one combat sport without having a strong mental.
Can I assume you'd teach the same thing for a bar fight?
I think I would anything I do.
Okay. All right. So pocket knives are good. All right. Cool.
Well, no, anything that has to do with if you're going to succeed in life, you got to have a strong mental attitude.
Understood.
You know, all the time. You know, and I'm going to conquer whatever I'm doing.
Understood.
You know.
I definitely suggest calmness. I'm the yogi up at the gym as well. Because it is a part of our regimen up there is yoga now.
Oh yeah,
The guys
absolutely.
practice Wim Hof breathing.
Oh, love the Wim Hof method.
Yeah.
We do
In
that.
between rounds, we're breathing.
Let
I
me
mean,
take a
it's
second.
working
If you're out there and you have not heard of Wim Hof, just look up the simple breathing technique that he teaches. You know, the deep ins and outs, the hold to the chest, hold to the head. You can find this on YouTube. It's crazy. I'm not a guy who could particularly hold his breath a long time. I think I'm probably very average in that respect. I remember I would hit the clock
Yeah,
on
he's
this.
a nut too.
You know, you're just sending that oxygen to all your cells, and you're loading up.
We found it helps with nervousness with kids that are sparring right before the
Oh,
spar.
yeah.
It definitely brings calm.
Do you put a bunch of 8-year-olds in an ice bath and see how long they can make it?
It's soon.
Soon.
Soon. We're talking. Yesterday we were looking at them, so that was good.
That's awesome. Okay, moving on. Who let the dogs out?
We don't know.
They used to play that dog shit at the Redskin games when we get a sack, and I would just look at my pop
I was like,
this is,
who let the dogs
you gotta
out?
say it.
What does that mean?
let's move on. Let's move on. Yeah, not important.
What did I say yesterday? I don't even know what I said.
David Goggins.
David Goggins.
What's the background here?
Dude, he's a Goggins freak, so he's listening to him all the time, and I'm always making fun.
He sounds like he sounds like the Liam Neeson of dog owning is what he sounds like.
He's a Navy SEAL, and he's actually pretty,
Never mind. I take that back. I like the guy.
But he or ex Navy SEAL, and he's done all kinds of crazy feats. He's got a crazy. I mean, I think his podcast is very extreme, you know, but he's definitely a successful guy.
I like it. All right, boys, we made it to round 8. What is a memory from PE class that you would like to forget?
Shit, man. I've always had good PE classes.
Come on, you did something in PE class you're not proud of. Ran a terrible mile.
I'm sure I did something.
You know,
I was a hellion anyway.
Made out with an ugly chick. I don't know. You did something.
I would
Ash.
have remembered that. I would.
Nothing. You guys are proud of
What
your
did you
PE
say? What did
careers.
you say?
I just wrote down cold rainy days.
I thought you said you got a wedgie or something.
Oh, yeah. I did a ton of that.
All right, strike that one from the record. Well, that's a great lead into your biggest inspiration.
Man.
Who is your biggest inspiration?
I don't know. It's not who. I mean, I get up every morning, and right now, this has been the toughest thing for me is just not being able to help people at the gym. Like I get pumped up when people learn, and I'm looking forward to getting back starting again.
Understood.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we're not far from that. We're hearing the chatter at least now about
absolutely.
June. So, we hope to hear something good soon.
It's the same thing for me. Since I've been at Vintage, I've seen on the regular 3 to 4 people break down barriers every day. So
Yeah.
the community
Just today,
of
man.
myself,
I mean,
just today we had,
Yeah, we got some good stuff
Yeah.
going on, man.
That's really cool.
Just people thanking you for helping them hit their goals.
Yeah. Eric, tell them a little bit about the Instagram page that you got, because you put some awesome stuff out there.
It is vintage boxing, and it says vintage dash boxing. And
Is that a dash or an underscore?
Underscore. And we just put up everyday pictures of what we're doing during the day, and try to let everybody know what kind of culture we have. I think the main thing with having any kind of combative gym is just getting people to walk through the door.
Understood.
Like to people that want to walk through the door and not knowing what's on the other side.
It's intimidating.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
No,
Man.
it can be
It's
very
tough.
intimidating.
I really look forward to to traveling again, and one of the main things I do is try to go to a different boxing gym anywhere I go, or jiu-jitsu gym, whatever is available. I mean, I'll bring a gi with me and I'll bring my boxing gloves with me, and I'll always like stop into a place, and some places are cool, some places aren't, but most of the time, I'd say 95 to 90 to 100%, 99% of the chance, you're gonna have a good time. You're gonna meet new people. And people are gonna welcome you, and it's a good experience. But for the person who's never done that before, it takes a lot to make that step.
Understood. If I asked you, what would you want Vintage to be known for? What would you like the identity of Vintage to be?
Yeah, just a really cool spot, man. I mean, a really cool spot you can come in and learn how to really fight. You know, like a legitimate boxing gym. That when people come in and start training, they might have a pro fighter in there training with them, and that's just going to escalate their training. You know, the more talented people we get in the gym, the better it is for the core folks. The more people that we have coming, the better chance we have of getting better fighters.
Understood. No,
you know, it goes all to correlation.
That makes good sense.
Once they get into it and learn how much of your mind and you have to use to do it.
All about it. Well, then that's a great lead in here. Why boxing for fitness? Because most of the people that you guys are going to serve, they're not looking to grab their pro card. They're not looking to make a career out of this. But it's such a cool alternative type of fitness. I say alternative. It's not your alternative.
Right.
But for the community out there who's got all these things to choose from, you know, you've got your big box gym, you've got your boutique gym, you've got your specialty, fitness places. You know, why boxing? What are the advantages of boxing?
You're just thinking the whole time, you know, and you're not a rat on the little roller. You know, you got to come in. You can go to any gym you want and get the same results, but are you going to learn something out of it?
Understood.
You know, and it's going to teach you what kind of person you are.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to get rid of all your ego.
Yeah.
You know, any martial art should do that.
Yeah, for sure.
I support that 100%. One of our other coaches, Ian Patterson, likes to call the ring the chamber of truth.
Oh yeah, I love that, and that's such a good one, man.
It's such a good one. You know, people find out who they are when they come into the gym, but you know, I've been in Richmond a few years. You know, immigrated here from Ireland, and that gym has an atmosphere that's just electric and a feel of real community spirit.
Yeah.
You know, and people are dropping off pictures, posters, flags.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Just got one today.
That's awesome. That's right. That's awesome.
So it's such a home from home for me that I can't speak highly enough about it. Anyone that comes in there feels it and want to be part of it.
Yeah. So then let me move to this then. Let's say you choose boxing as your primary form of fitness. How does cardio outside of boxing and strength work outside of boxing fit into the dynamic?
You know, just like anything else, you can use any weightlifting or anything outside running. You know, traditionally running was always been encouraged in boxing. Weightlifting for a long time wasn't. But, you know, now we're getting more and more education on how good it is to be in strength training.
A specific type of performance training.
Absolutely.
Obviously, going in and going for your biggest bench press is going to be
right. That's not the way we normally
counterproductive.
Do. Yeah,
understood.
You know,
because then you're killing your flexibility and.
Well, that's why stuff like the Strong First with Pavel, you know, with the kettlebell stuff.
Oh yeah.
Doing some of that work.
Yeah. Traveling through a range of motion, good time under tension.
Not really using any weight, just proper motion.
Yeah.
So you know, this is stuff that, as Eric says, we're trying to be smarter with all of this. You know, with all these options now that I've given people.
I mean, getting John and Gareth worked out with John from PureFit behind us. So he's got a ton of knowledge. John Fleming's got a ton of knowledge.
That dude,
he knows his shit. You know.
Yeah, I mentioned somebody as a great communicator earlier. That dude, I love listening to him.
Yep.
I love listening to him. He breaks down things that are on a very high level very easily.
Yep. He knows the anatomy like the back of his hand.
He's awesome.
Yep.
No, he's awesome.
And then we have Adrian from Power 3, the Power 3, who's been guiding us in the background, giving us workouts and stuff to work on. Super awesome dude. Also Irish guy.
Nice.
And very cool people.
Yeah.
You see, I got the Irish flag about to go up in the garage there. I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah, I did see it.
I
thought it was part
Nice.
of my right?
All for you, man. All for you.
I was like, where's the going to be 12 cans of Guinness here in an Irish flag.
Okay, so you guys walk me through what a week would look like for somebody who wants to use boxing as fitness and include where mobility work would come in, where strength work would come in, if they're going to go do some road work or an elliptical or whatever.
Yeah.
How does that look? Give me a week.
You want to
I'll
yeah.
just give you a breakdown of what we personally do ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Me and Eric, every morning, 9 o'clock, we do a strength conditioning workout. 10 o'clock, we'll do a boxing workout, and then we wrap that up with mobility at the end. We do that's 3 days a week. We'll have a recovery day in there that's just mobility, typically on a Wednesday. That's just the resets of the spine, the pelvis. We'll go through then just a stretch routine for about an hour and a half.
Awesome.
So we do Thursday's back strength conditioning, boxing. Friday has been trails, so 7+ miles on trails, plus boxing, plus strength and conditioning. So it's
I know I'm speaking to the choir here.
Yeah.
But if guys out there could grasp the concept of restoration and how that would serve to their fitness levels, including myself, we'd be so much more fit. If you could get better sleep and you would take care of your body outside of the workout.
It's the rest. It's all about the rest and recovery.
We attribute everything to the workout itself.
Yeah.
And we forget about those surrounding areas. Your body...
It's not talked about enough either.
Yeah.
You know, we got to drive... a lot of times we were talking about earlier is like people... There's still a stigma of yoga. Yoga is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And I need more of it. I know I need more of it.
I've talked to
Nadia from
3S.
3S. She's freaking awesome, dude. Awesome. And
I typically call it stretching to my guys out there because I don't want to put them off.
That's exactly right. So our mobility classes are modified yoga classes.
Yeah.
And everybody loves them.
Yeah.
Loves them. The kids love it, but I don't know how many of them would jump on board if it was yoga.
I do 5 to 15 minutes before bed every night. And I typically just do a YouTube, like a sleepy time yoga, or something.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome, man.
And I follow along 80% or so. Never been really flexible. That's never been a strong suit. I feel so different during the workout the next day. Yeah. I mean, literally black and white. Did I stretch the night before?
Yeah, so it's a complete reset, and I don't do enough of it. I need more.
We try to do it from the perspective of actually teaching. Like, as I say, Eric wants the guys to know. They want to see kids come in and see a pro fighter over in the corner stretching so the kid knows.
No doubt.
So just create that culture again.
It's got to be a habit. Every day it's got to be a habit because people, that's the one thing. Everybody's in the rat race. So as soon as they get through with their workout, it's like, all right, see you later. I got to go. I got to go home and eat. Well, you didn't take like 15 minutes just to stretch out and get ready for tomorrow because that's going to prevent you from coming in tomorrow.
Tell me I got 10 minutes left in the gym and I'm seeing how many sets of sloppy cheek curls I can fit in.
Yeah,
it's so stupid.
Yeah.
I think I've gotten away from that a good bit. I can imagine that you get a lot of people coming to Vintage with specific fitness goals.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But weight loss being one of them.
Yeah, I would say probably 80% of the people come in there. Like, out of all that, we've got about 100, almost 140 people at the gym. And I would say probably a good 100 of them are in there for fitness,
Understood.
The other thing I think that people love about, training, combatives too, is just the camaraderie that you form.
No doubt.
It's, you get in, with most of our classes, they're drill based, so you have a partner. And the whole time, I mean, if there are any breaks, you're talking.
Yeah.
And people are like forming relationships. It builds that bond. And when you're doing the drills, there's no time for talking because you got to be thinking the whole time.
Yeah.
So that fight or flight, responses are going for an hour straight.
I had to teach myself how to kick just because my arms would die, but I still had my cardio.
Yeah,
so I needed to break because, the workouts in your gym, it's volume, man.
Yeah, it's tough.
That is volume.
Yeah,
it's awesome workout.
And you get people coming in, and you got 20-year-old college kids working out with a 65-year-old, person, and everyone's doing the same thing. And
really cool.
Just wasted time.
Yeah. So What was the point where you guys went from I really like this, I think this is cool with the mobility with the boxing to it's a business? You know, you're now carrying out your passion in business form. What triggered that?
Yeah, I mean, oh, that's cool.
Eric just likes punching people in the face he hasn't met yet.
Man, I was in car business for like 12 years, and I was taking my family down to Florida, and for Thanksgiving, and I walked into a hotel room and saw my college boxing coach.
What?
And the most random thing in the world. Hadn't talked to him in like 18 years. And we got to spend 3 or 4 days together talking, you know, and he was teaching, he was training down at Angelo Dundee's gym, Fifth Street Gym. He was just there to help out he had a fighter down there. And the whole time he was like, Eric, you need to start teaching. You need to start coaching people, you know, this is going to change your life. He knew, like, I was miserable in my job. I was just more chasing money than chasing passion, you know. And finally, you know, I put a little teaser on Facebook, and I said, hey, I've only got 5:30 in the morning. I mean, 5 a.m. in the morning to teach.
This is a boot camp style thing.
No, just I was like, I'll do private lessons or a small group, you know.
Where were you training at this time?
This was in Mechanicsville, right here in Mechanicsville, and at my coach's old gym, Tom Brown. And Tom was the best coach to ever have. And so people started calling me. Before you know, I had like 18 people at this little gym come in the morning. And finally, the electrical company in front was like, man, you got too much traffic coming here. So that's when it turned into a business.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
So pretty organic there.
Yeah, it was awesome, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm kind of weirdly, I was in the car game as well. I was a BMW master mechanic for 16 years here in Richmond. A few years ago, I tore my ACL. I kind of felt my body just degrading before it should have. So I started getting healthy again. And when Eric moved his gym into the gym that I was at, the boxing gym, we connected. And I started training.
That's awesome.
Started training with him, and eventually, I realised that this was my bliss and to follow it.
Yeah.
I packed in my job as a car mechanic, and I went back and got certified as a mobility coach. I've been working full time with Eric since the start of the year. Man, has it been a
crushing
blast.
it, man. It is. I mean,
awesome.
Garrett does so much more than mobility's awesome, but he does so much stuff. We're so during the day. All we do is try to think about ways that we can make the place better, and it's awesome. You know,
it starts with sending you to the front door when a new person comes in, because when you hit them with that accent, I'm telling you, you've been working on that.
He's like
thing,
a drill sergeant too. He's awesome. Like, I love
really
seeing
cool.
it.
Like, as I said, Derek, I was like, Richmond has never had a heavyweight world champ, or not a world champion boxer. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're in a unique position here to be part of something.
You're not kidding.
It is, man.
Yeah.
That's our goal right now. I mean, we want to find we've got a world champion with us right now. Like, we got a kid that's 18 years old, without a doubt. If he sticks straight line, he'll be a world champion.
Speaking to nutrition, when you're in a design boxing program and you're really trying to up your level of overall performance, what does that diet look like? How would you describe that diet? We don't have to jump into the minute detail of it, but what are we talking about here?
Just a balanced diet. I mean, I'm not a big, hey, you got to be stringent on everything. My diet is different from most people. I don't eat any dairy, no bread. And those are the two biggest things for me. If you want to lose weight quick, stop eating bread. Stop eating cheese. Think about what you're putting in your body, what the form of it is as you're eating it, because it's gonna stick to you. Anything that sticks to you, like this cheese, that's gonna stick to you.
If I'm working with somebody and they drop dairy, they will drop immediately at least 3 to 5 pounds. At least 3 to 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Typically more than that. Yep.
Yeah, it's nuts, man.
Yeah. Okay, so low dairy, can I assume very high vegetable intake?
Yeah, vegetable, protein. Just figure out where you need to have your protein intake at, and then base everything around greens from there.
Yeah, this is a good time for me to kind of plant this with the audience out there. Plant-based diet. I think some people, they kind of shy away when they hear that because they think that they have to no longer eat what they eat and now they can only eat plants. Plant-based diet means just what it says.
Yeah.
You're basing your diet around plants. It doesn't mean that you can't eat meats.
Yeah.
I'm a vegetarian.
Yeah.
I don't eat meats.
Right.
But if you're somebody who now has a high intake of meat sources, and you hear plant-based diet, you might turn the other way. But really, it's just, there's so much benefit from pushing up the intake of vegetables. And
Well, the digestion from alone. That's it, right? If you think
unbelievable.
about it,
Yep.
it's simple. Whatever's easiest on your body to digest, that's
Yep.
what you want.
Stick
you
to
know?
whole foods, and that becomes,
your body doesn't
yeah.
choose between what protein is. Protein's all the same. You can get it from plants or you can get it from meat.
Yep.
If
No
you
doubt.
eat more plants, you get more protein out of it.
What is your diet like?
Typically Irish.
Okay, so you just booze all day? Is
No,
that?
I don't actually drink. I don't drink, so it's
He starves.
I can see the mobility guy just just showing up for
stretch.
work.
I stretch.
I just stretch. I wear tight t-shirts.
You got 9-year-old kids coming to you, be like, Eric, that fucker can't stand straight. Why is he teaching me about balance?
Right.
But no, I typically just lots of eggs in the morning or a big
Yeah.
meal at night. I don't eat a lot during the day, so lots of vegetables and meat at night.
Is your first meal of the day? Can I assume that's got the workout in mind?
Yeah.
You're fueling your body,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
high complex carbs.
Yeah, if I don't eat in the morning, I'm screwed, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you show up and you're going to do, with our workouts, they're usually 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
We don't take breaks.
Do
we
you
just
do
keep going.
any intra workout nutrition during that time? You're not taking anything in during that time.
And we just, water.
How about pre-workouts? Coffee?
Every once in a while, I drink a coffee
Yeah.
here and
Okay,
there.
but none of your typical off-the-shelf pre-workouts from a GNC or
Every once in a while, I'll get some of those bangs. But, that's some serious caffeine.
Yep.
I'm not a...
the 250,
when I drink
300
caffeine, it freaking rocks me, man. I can't handle too much of it. I can drink a half a can.
What's
of it.
the effect?
I'm just jacked up.
Yeah,
I'm not used to it.
I get a little fuzzy cognitively
Yeah,
when I take
I'm
in
not
too
used
much.
to caffeine.
Yeah.
I was growing up, we didn't drink any sodas. We just drank water and juice.
God, I don't know how many times I have to say it on this podcast. If you're taking, anybody's going to benefit with overall health outcomes by dropping soda. If you're not a
That's awful.
smoker, that's
Yeah.
usually second in line to get rid of.
Oh, absolutely.
But if you're taking somebody who's a weight loss candidate, if you just drop sodas, let's say you're having 220 ounces a day, you're talking about 375, 400 calories.
Yeah,
A
just
lot
wasted.
of personal trainers will do their diagnostics from right there, cutting
Yeah.
you from about 400 to
That's an
500
easy
calories.
fix, right?
And
Yeah.
now you're upping your water, so you're carrying out toxins. It's helping, virtually every
That's
process
the
in your
first
body.
thing. The first thing that gets you off of if you get cancer is sugar.
Yeah,
that's
no
what
doubt.
Can't be good for you.
No doubt. And what is the greatest energy drink of all time? There it
Hey,
is.
Hey, man.
There it is. It's
Yeah.
water.
Yeah,
It's water.
absolutely.
It's so simple. It's almost like it's so simple that people take it for granted. Kind of like somebody who's getting no physical activity in, and you say, hey, look at all these health benefits associated with walking 5 to 10 minutes a day. A lot of people think that's a shortcut that's not really going
Right.
to yield the type of results they're looking for. It's powerful.
Yeah.
Movement is powerful.
And you can attribute a lot of injuries strictly to water intake.
Yeah.
I got hurt the other day doing stuff. I was like, well, shit, I didn't drink any water. I was
Yeah.
like, but that's probably what it was.
No doubt.
So,
Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we made it through 9 rounds and then some with these two gentlemen. I would like to thank both of you very much for your time today. A lot of cool takeaways for the audience here. We are actually going to get in the ring soon. We're going to take the GSI High Viz Health podcast to Vintage Boxing. One topic I want to cover there is workouts people can do either alone or with a
Yeah.
partner. We got a lot of people traveling, and I'm sure the rest of our audience out there would absolutely love to see some things in action. If you're a cheap bastard and you don't want to pay Eric any money, go look at his vintage videos. You'll see some
yeah.
of the drills in there. You could just steal it.
yeah,
Just
check out the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Really cool. What is the YouTube
Yeah,
channel?
it's Vintage Boxing.
Vintage Boxing.
Yeah.
No underscore, no nothing.
Just Vintage Boxing. Yeah.
Vintage Boxing. Go subscribe. Check out those. Check out that channel. Anyway, thank you for your time, and we'll talk to you soon.